I'm going to take a couple of these on a walk with me. I'm camping right now. I have a node attached to my campsite, so I'm going to leave that there as my base station. I also have a node I'm going to bring with me to show how they can help with location. I've probably walked about a quarter of a mile from my campsite. My campsite is called Van 2, so I'm going to find that. There it is. I'm going to touch its location and zoom in. So I can see I'm really only 232 meters from it. So as I start walking, it should show me, I'm Alyssa on there. It should show me walking away from the van, yeah, which I'm doing. And as I go away from it, I can see my distance getting a little farther. These do not have a compass built in, but if I want to find my own direction, what I can do is start walking and the little line will come off of my dot telling me which direction I'm currently going. So there I can see I'm going northwest. I also brought this node to kind of leave behind as a breadcrumb. This one happens to have a motion sensor built on the back, so if I wanted, I could be notified if anything else passes through this point. Ideally, it'd be better to set it higher up. I'm going to just set it down by this tree. Okay. So I'm just going to leave that there and walk away from it. I should be able to see the position of that and my van as I keep on walking. My house is, I think, about 9 miles in that direction, but there's this hill that between my camping site and my house, so that's why I didn't have direct connectivity to the house. But once I get to the top of this hill, I should have connectivity to both. This is a pretty good spot. I can see I've got live connectivity to the amped one in my pocket, the proximity sensor I dropped along the way, and my campsite, Van 2. If I want to see how to get back to Van 2, I can tap the location icon for it. So I can see I am about 500 meters from it, and I would want to go 223 degrees to get there. The proximity sensor that I dropped, only 175 meters away, but I can see how to get back to it. So again, what I can see in range, direct range right now, are those devices we've already looked at. Now I'm going to see what the amped device can see. The amped device has a better signal to everything. It's even got a signal to my house, which is about 13,000 meters away. Another detail about that node that I dropped off, it also is a relay that's going to be relaying my position back to the van. It does a lot more than just let me know its location. I'm not back at that proximity node yet. I could ask it if anybody's walked by it since I dropped it off. The way that I would do that is issue a command, and it's a proximity query, last motion. I could have also told it to send me a notification if anybody walks by, but I forgot to do that. Last motion was at 8:19. It's not on daylight savings time, so that means 9:19, so it doesn't seem like anybody's gone by it. When I go to my location screen, the first thing it's going to show me is all the devices I marked as critical. I actually don't want to see all of them right now, so what I'm going to do instead is click that filter button, so not everyone's gone. I'm going to add back the proximity sensor so I can find my way back to it. So now that should show up on here in a minute, and I'm pretty much walking toward it. I'm just following this trail, so the line showing my last few steps, so we're straight toward it. Okay, here I think I left it right there. Okay, ew, gross, come on, really? I will turn this off. Now I'm going to go all the way back to the campsite. I actually turned off the proximity sensor. Yeah, so you can see that's 3 minutes old. That will eventually disappear. I'm gonna touch the van GPS, and this is how I get back to the campsite. Only 340 meters. If you're like me and don't like using meters, just think yards pretty much whenever you hear meters, and it's kind of close. As I get closer to the campsite, the signal is going to get a little better. I I could be publishing my location. That's an option. It's disabled for privacy reasons, but you can enable it if you've got licensed devices. I have it enabled, so I'm going to go ahead and show you what that looks like. Touch this Google looking icon and scan that. I have scanned the QR code and I can see some locations here on the map, and I can touch them to get some more information. I can see the timestamps of all these. They update automatically, so if one of these devices is moving, you'll see it moving around on the map. If you do enable this feature for now, remember this is not as private as what I showed you before. All the on-device mapping and location sharing is always encrypted and never visible outside of your cluster. If you start publishing location, that's going to a service that lets this all happen, but also much less private. If you want to learn more or get your own private cluster up and running, visit chatters.io.